All right. Hey, everyone, and welcome back. We know you're all getting ready for that HQT-2124 exam, so today we're doing a deep dive into all the tech you need to know to ace that test. We've got 120 minutes, 30 open book questions, and a whole lot of Hitachi Vantara to cover.
Yeah,
And, while the exam is open book, really understanding the concepts is going to be what gets you that passing score.
for sure.
So we're going to ditch just skimming the surface and we're going to really get into like the strategic why behind all of the what. And we've got our expert here to help guide us through all that.
Exactly. We don't want you just to pass the exam. We want you to come out of there like you can almost build a data center.
Almost.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump right in. Question 1 really sets the stage here. What makes Hitachi Vantara stand out in this really crowded tech world? What are we talking about here?
Well, Hitachi Vantara brings a lot to the table, but I think there are two key strengths that really set them apart. One is they've really mastered the entire data life cycle, from like robust analytics to sophisticated data management. They've got it all, and it's all integrated.
Ah, okay.
And that's a big deal because, a lot of companies are really good at storage, but then they're relying on external partners to do the analysis piece.
Right. Yeah.
Hitachi Vantara provides the whole solution, so you're not just storing the data, you can actually leverage it.
Yeah. So it's not just having like a digital warehouse. It's like also having the tools to actually use all that treasure you're keeping in there.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And then the second thing is that their focus on end-to-end digital transformation solutions. They're not just selling pieces of technology, they're partnering with businesses to really rethink their whole approach to technology.
Hmm.
And that holistic view is what really sets them apart from someone who's just focusing on hardware or, a particular piece of software.
So really interesting. So even before we get to any specific products, we see that Hitachi Vantara is thinking big picture. They're thinking long term.
Absolutely.
Now, I did notice in the study guide that there are these things called business value demonstrations and exploring platforms.
Yeah.
Can you give us any insight into what those are about?
Yeah, so business value demonstrations, or BVDs,
Mm-hmm.
essentially show you how those solutions translate into real business outcomes.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's not just theoretical. These demos help you to actually see the impact.
Gotcha.
And then exploring platforms dives into the specific platforms and tools that Hitachi Vantara offers.
Okay.
So you're really getting a deep dive into what they're capable of.
Awesome. So understanding those BVDs and the different platforms offered by Hitachi Vantara is going to be super crucial to acing this exam.
Definitely.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's move on to question 2, which focuses on the Hitachi Content Platform, or as we'll probably call it from now on, HCP. I see in the study guide it really emphasizes this idea of cost efficiency. Why is that such a big selling point?
Well, cost efficiency is huge, especially when you're dealing with massive amounts of data.
Mm.
HCP uses things like compression and deduplication, which basically squeeze your data down to use less space.
Okay.
It's kind of like when you're packing for a trip. You don't just throw everything in your suitcase randomly. You fold your clothes neatly. You use packing cubes to make the most of that space.
Yeah, I can definitely relate to that.
It's all about making the most of the storage you have.
Right, so we're not wasting space and we're being smart. But something that really caught my eye was the mention of built-in governance and compliance tools.
Yeah.
Data security is a huge concern for any business nowadays. So how does HCP really tackle this?
Well, HCP actually builds governance and compliance right into the framework.
Yeah.
It's like having a super organized filing system that automatically labels everything according to regulations and makes sure that only authorized people can access it. And it keeps a clear audit trail so you know who's been doing what.
Okay, so we can track things if something were to go wrong.
Exactly. And, this is especially important for industries like healthcare or finance, where a data breach could be disastrous.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Huge fines, loss of customer trust. That's a big one. So peace of mind for companies worried about that data security and potential fines as well.
Absolutely.
Which is a huge win. But let's be honest, a lot of companies, they struggle with managing all this unstructured data. It's like that junk drawer everybody has at home.
Yeah.
Tons of stuff in there, but who knows what's actually in it?
Yeah.
How does HCP help businesses wrangle all that?
Well, that's where question 3 comes in.
Okay.
And you're absolutely right. Unstructured data is a big challenge for a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
But HCP is really good at managing it because it uses advanced indexing and powerful search.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like having a Google search for your entire company's data,
Wow.
so you can quickly find whatever you need.
No more digging through mountains of data to find that one file.
Exactly.
That is a lifesaver right there.
It makes it a breeze.
Speaking of finding files, let's move on to question 4, which is all about the Hitachi VSP1 file series.
Okay.
And this sounds like we're stepping things up to the enterprise level.
Oh, for sure.
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. This is designed for enterprise-grade file storage. We're talking about handling the needs of really large organizations.
Okay.
It's not just about basic archiving or transferring files.
So what are we talking about then?
We're talking sophisticated tools for data optimization and intelligent tiering. And these features make sure that your data is stored efficiently and accessed quickly.
So it's like having a personal assistant for your data, making sure everything is in its place.
Exactly.
And running smoothly.
The VSP1 file series really takes all that complexity out of managing file storage on that kind of scale.
And that frees up the IT teams to do what they do best.
Exactly. Focus on the strategic stuff.
That sounds incredibly valuable in today's world where everything is moving so fast. Now, shifting gears a bit, let's talk about something I find really fascinating, the Hitachi Vantara Center of Excellence. Question 5 digs into this, and honestly, it sounds like a playground for all things tech and innovation. What exactly is the point of this center?
Well, Center of Excellence is really all about fostering innovation
Okay.
and making sure businesses can get the absolute most out of Hitachi Vantara solutions. They have deep expertise in all sorts of specialized tech fields, and they offer really tailored training sessions and workshops. It's really all about helping your team use that technology to its fullest potential.
So it's not just about buying the tech, it's about understanding how to use it.
Precisely.
Having the expertise to really implement it strategically.
It's about bridging that gap between the technology and the real-world applications.
Awesome. So driving innovation, helping businesses actually achieve their goals. That's really cool. Okay, so we've covered a lot, but there's still more to uncover. So let's take a quick pause, and then we'll be right back to keep diving into the world of Hitachi Vantara.
All right, so welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about the Hitachi Vantara Center of Excellence. And, one of the things I think is really key here is that focus on knowledge transfer. They're not just giving you the tools, but they're also giving you the knowledge and skills to actually use those tools.
Right, so they're really setting you up for success. They're not just like, here's the product, good luck.
Exactly. It's about enabling you to actually drive transformation within your organization.
I love that. It's like they're really invested in their customers' success, which is not something you see all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's tackle question 6, which is diving into the Hitachi virtual storage platform, specifically the VSP5000 series. The study guide mentions real-time analytics and high-volume data processing as some ideal use cases. Why is the VSP5000 such a beast in these areas?
Well, the VSP5000 is all about performance, scalability, and efficiency. Think about like the financial industry where they need to make split-second trading decisions based on, up to the second data.
Yeah, those milliseconds count.
They really do.
Yeah.
Or healthcare, where real-time patient monitoring can literally be life-saving.
Right.
So that's where the VSP5000 really shines because it can handle all that data processing super quickly and efficiently.
So it sounds like the VSP5000 is the way to go for companies that are really operating at the cutting edge where every second matters.
Absolutely.
Now, shifting gears a little bit, I want to talk about the hybrid cloud. It's become kind of a buzzword in the tech world. But, what are some of the real challenges for companies that are trying to figure out how to navigate that whole hybrid cloud space? Question 7 talks about Hitachi Everflex with Cisco-powered hybrid cloud managed services. What is it about this particular solution that makes it stand out?
You've hit on a really key point. Hybrid cloud is more than just a buzzword.
Yeah.
It's a fundamental shift in how businesses are approaching IT.
Yeah.
And yeah, it definitely comes with its challenges.
Oh, for sure.
One of the big ones is how do you seamlessly integrate your private cloud with your public cloud?
Right. You want to make sure everything is talking to each other.
Exactly. And how do you maintain security and flexibility across those environments?
And so how does Everflex solve that problem?
So Everflex addresses this by providing these customizable hybrid cloud environments. So basically, you can tailor your cloud strategy to fit your specific needs.
So it's like having the best of both worlds. You get the control and security of the private cloud and the scalability and, cost savings of the public cloud.
Exactly.
But managing all of that sounds like a nightmare.
Well, that's where the managed services part comes in.
Oh, okay.
Hitachi Vantara will actually handle all the day-to-day management of that hybrid cloud environment, so you don't have to.
So you can focus on running your business.
That's
It's like having a whole team of cloud experts on call.
pretty much.
That's amazing. Now, circling back to data management for a minute, question 8 really got me thinking. It talks about something called dynamic tiering within the Hitachi VSP. What is that all about? What's the magic behind dynamic tiering?
Dynamic tiering is all about making sure that your data is stored in the most efficient way possible.
Okay.
So imagine your data center is like a library.
Okay. I like where this is going.
You've got your bestsellers, the books that everyone wants to read right up front on the easy-to-reach shelves.
So they're readily available.
Exactly. Then you've got your more obscure stuff, your first editions tucked away in the archives.
Okay, I get it.
So dynamic tiering does the same thing with your data. It analyzes how often you're accessing different files, and then it automatically moves the most frequently used data to the high-performance storage.
Wow. So it's like an intelligent librarian organizing everything for optimal access.
Precisely.
That's awesome. So we're making things run smoother, we're speeding things up. What about businesses that need more than just storage? What about those that relied heavily on data analytics?
That's where question 9 comes in.
Okay.
We're talking about the VSP 5000 series accelerated data analytics capabilities. This is where Hitachi Vantara goes beyond just storage and gets into the world of like high-performance computing.
Ah, okay.
The VSP 5000 is designed to handle huge data sets and all those complex calculations that data scientists need to do their thing.
So it's not just housing the data, it's giving you the tools to actually understand it.
Absolutely.
Now for our final question in this section, question 10 takes us back to something we talked about earlier, Hitachi converged solutions.
Okay.
How do these pre-integrated solutions benefit businesses compared to like a traditional data center setup?
So think of it this way. Imagine building a house from scratch versus buying a prefabricated one.
Okay.
Building from scratch means you have to find every single piece yourself,
Right.
put it all together and, hope everything works together.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of work.
It is. It's time-consuming and it can be really complex. But a prefabricated house comes with everything already assembled and ready to go,
Oh, so it's basically plug and play.
pretty much. And that's the idea behind converged solutions. They come pre-integrated so you don't have to spend all that time and effort setting everything up.
So it simplifies things tremendously.
It really does. It reduces the time it takes to get your data center up and running,
Yeah.
and it makes managing everything a lot easier.
It sounds like converged solutions are a total game changer, especially for companies that are, looking for speed and efficiency. It's all about making IT simpler so
Yeah.
that businesses can focus on what they do best.
Exactly. Converged solutions take care of the complexities in the background so you can concentrate on your core objectives. And one that we need to keep asking ourselves as technology continues to evolve. We have a responsibility to make sure that we're using these tools ethically and for the good of society. It's not just about what we can do, it's about what we should do.
So well said. I think we've given our listeners a really solid foundation to understand Hitachi Vantara, and hopefully they're feeling prepared to conquer that HQT 2124 exam. Good luck with your studying, and remember, it's not just about passing the test, it's about becoming a leader in this data-driven world. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.